Hi everyone, welcome to our 60-day DevOps course. Before I start the video, just a quick reminder, if you haven't already, please subscribe because once the 60 days course is complete, I will share real-time DevOps project videos to help boost your career. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated with me. So today is our day 26 class where I will discuss Ansible integration with Jenkins. So this is the one of the most powerful combination in the DevOps section. So Ansible with Jenkins. So I will explain why we use this and what plugins we need, and then I will also show you a practical demo in both way, if like freestyle project and pipeline project, both way I will show you how we can deploy any project. Like I will show you install and deploy a website in a target PC with Jenkins and Ansible plugins. So before we start the video, we need some prerequisite and we need to make sure why you're using like Ansible and Jenkins plugins. So here I put some document here. So like integration Ansible with Jenkins allows to below. So use Jenkins to trigger Ansible Playbook, automate infrastructure provisioning, configuration management and application deployment. Run Ansible, a part of the CI/CD pipeline. For showing this demo, we need some prerequisites, and first is we need to install Jenkins. We need to install Ansible, and in the Jenkins server we need to install Git and Ansible both, and we need to like access to target node. So anyway, like when any PC run any command to any target PC, that PC have to be access to get to install that PC. So we need to make sure we have that access, and we need to like create a Jenkins user with process permission. So if you haven't installed in Jenkins, just this easy way you can install in Jenkins by Docker. Then we'll like create a like simple playbook file and run the like Apache in the target server, and all the steps I using in this demo I mentioned in the documentation, so you can get everything in the documentation file. So before I start the demo, just showing the like a graphical way what is going on in this demo. So let me explain first. So this is the like our demo structure today. So here will be a Jenkins server, here will be one Ansible server, or one will be like our target server. So like we already know, if we want to access any server to any server, like if you want to access this Jenkins server to this Ansible server, you need to have a SSH access key to that server. So we'll create a SSH key, public and private key, and this server private key I will put in this Ansible like authorized key host file, which is located in .ssh is then authorized key. In that file you need to put your this private key, Jenkins server's private key, into this location. Okay, then you can easily access Jenkins server to Ansible server. Okay, so after you like access the Ansible server, so in this Ansible server, here is the like Ansible is installed, and in this Ansible server there will be like host IP. So all IP is the IP list will be here. So Ansible will like run any command on in this host file IP. So in this Ansible server also need to access this target PC, then this server can run any program to that server. So if you want to add another server like T2 server, this server also need to have a SSH key access by Ansible. So like any server, if want to access to any another server, that server have to be a SSH key. So like basically how we do that thing, we already know we can create a like SSH key gen command to create public and private key. So in my demo, let me show you. So here is the like a 3 server. This is my local PC where Jenkins installed. So from this PC for my local PC, the Jenkins installed, but Jenkins will access to Ansible server. So this is the Ansible server. Okay, so in this PC Ansible installed. If you want to see Ansible version, it need to put dash version, but anyway the Ansible is working. So this is the Ansible server and this is our target PC. Okay, So this is Jenkins server, so this will instruct or tell Ansible, okay, do this thing or install this thing, whatever. So Ansible will do that as per instructed by Jenkins, and in the Jenkins Ansible server, this server have a host IP. We already know here is a already file host IP. In the host IP, which IP is available, Ansible will run those command on those server. Okay, so for this scenario, this is Jenkins server. So this is the like main server where Jenkins is installed. So this server access need to Ansible server. So we need to create a public key and private key, and we already know when we used to like SSH like @Ubuntu and the IP like want to do anything. So if you use this way, server will by default take the like a default SSH key. So like if you want to see this, like get .ssh, sorry, not getl. So like you can see there is ID underscore SSH RSA. This is the default private key and this is the default public key. So if you use this way, then it will take this ID. So you don't need to mention the like different key if you use default key. But if you use any other key, like here is another key like my key or my key public, this is another key. So like system will not by default take this one. So you need to use that SS key dash I, then my key. So like you need to SSH my key, you need to put this one, then Ubuntu wizard.ip whatever. Okay, so we need to make sure we create a ID most easiest way. So SSH keychain if you create, then that will create a ID under SSH, and this like public key you need to paste in target server where we want to like log in. So this is my Ansible server. So in the Ansible server you need to like LLL. So in the .ssh folder there is a file authorized key. You need to put this key in that file, this private IP. This private IP you need to like get and copy and paste in this file. Okay, then you can basically access this file, and after like do this thing, you need to make sure you can log in. So like if I want to log in, so everything done, you need to make sure everything is working fine. So Ubuntu I need to get the real IP. This is the real IP, is both are AWS EC2 IP. So I need to get that IP for server for login. So let me grab that IP. So here is two, A1 is the Ansible server, B1 is the target server. So I need to log in like Ansible server A1. So grab that IP. So like anything, you run the command, make sure everything is fine, because sometimes we had some space in our like SSH key, then that will not work. So before doing any automation, you need to check this manual. So you can see we can able to log in that server. Okay, so let me exit. So now you have Jenkins from this server. This is Jenkins server. This server access can this server. So now from Jenkins I can run anything in this server, and in the Ansible server will run all command whatever target server it have. So you also need to make sure this SSH key also paste in this authorized key IP. Same way you need to put this one public IP to this one authorized key. Same way what we did here. So like if you want to get like LL, so same way authorized key you need to put this Ansible server public ID here. Okay, so same way you can check manually. I already know this one will be working fine. So now if you run any like a manual playbook, then we can basically understand what's going on. So let me run a playbook. So in this folder I have already host file, so I need to create a playbook. So let me clear the screen first. So get pivot.yml. So the playbook file is there already. I put here. So this is the playbook. It is just simple playbook. Just give a nickname and Apache host you need to change. You need to, make sure you need to put all. So become true is root privilege, then task, apt install, just a simple installation to install the Apache. So let me copy that command, paste it here. So we need to edit that file, dip1. Instead of using any group web server, we need to put all. So in the host file only one IP is there and there is no group, that's why I put all. So in your target server, if you want to see is Apache is running or not, you can see there is no Apache server, it is installed. So now if you run this command, we already know how to run. So there is two file, make sure host file and playbook file is there. So Ansible playbook, then -i, you need to make sure the host file, then p1. So basically it will install the Apache and start the Apache. So a few seconds. So you can see like Apache is installed. Now if you go there and check, you can see active is running. So if you want to check to this Apache server is showing the default page, you need to go the AWS and your target server is this one. So take that IP. You can see Apache server is running. So our manual working is fine. So now I need to do same thing by Jenkins. So whatever you do, just make sure you do the manual step first, then do the automation step. Okay, now there is a command I already put. So what command I use? I put everything in here. So for using these two commands, you can uninstall your Apache. So let me try that one, because I'm doing this extra step because I want to show you exactly what is going on, so you have no confusion. Okay, so let's wait a few seconds. So now if you want to run status, you can see Apache is not installed there. Okay, let me clear that screen. Okay, now go to the documentation. So for documentation, like for using like Jenkins, we need to have some plugins already installed. So in the documentation, I didn't write all documentation. There is the Ansible plugins. There is another way. If you use this Ansible command, but I use a shell command. So I would like a shell related plugins. I will show you. You also need to install Git plugins. Then in the executive shell, I run the command. So let me go to the Jenkins and manage Jenkins. So go to the plugins. So I have already installed in my PC. So I need to check in the instruction section for your option. You need to check the available option. So SSH. So if you type SSH, the most of the important plugins is this one, SSH plugins and SSH server. This is another way you can also, but this one is the most latest one. You try to install these plugins and these plugins, and also if you want to these plugins. If you add these plugins, there is some option available in the system section. So try to use SSH plugins, SSH server plugins, SSH credential plugins, publish over SSH plugins also. These plugins have also some option, and SSH build is not that much required. Okay, so try these 3 plugins installed in your PC. So after installation, you can get some option in your system. So when you install these plugins, configuration will available in the system section. So if you don't install that plugins, there is no option. So in the system file, I have lots of configurations. So I need to search that one. So you can see search already SSH 13 something there. So there is, you can see remote host. So this is the latest one, and this is the most easiest way you can run the SSH to the target PC. So you can see host name will be our target IP, So Jenkins will first Jenkins install in my local PC, so it will like run the command or order the command to Ansible server. So we need to put the Ansible IP here, and we need to use the port, and we need to create a credential. We didn't create a credential yet, so we can do from here. So let me like delete that one and create for new one. That will be greater way. So like host name, so host name will be IP. So let me go to the AWS. So our like target is Ansible server, so A1 is the Ansible server. So take this IP, so put this IP, then port we already know, like SSH will do by using 22 port. For credential, if you already add credential, you can see here, but if you haven't created, then you just click the add and select Jenkins, then it will come here. We need to use like SSH key, username, private key, then you can put any name. Okay, so like I used 26 CCC, just give any garbage name to just make sure there is lots of ID. In the description I put the same thing. So username should be Ubuntu, make sure spelling is correct. Now you need to select the entire directly. So here you need to the private IP. So which private IP, where you want to like log in from one PC to another. So from which PC you want to log in. So you don't need to target PC, you need to like source PCs from source PC. So Jenkins is installed in my local PC, so I need to get my local PC private IP, private key. So let me get that. So this is my local PC where Jenkins installed. So to go there, I will hide this private key because for security issue. So all private key are located in .ssh. You already know that. So .ssh, and our like default one is ID underscore RSA. This is the like default public key. You need to get that one and copy that one. Make sure you do properly, because if you get any space or if you miss any character, then it will not work. So then you need to paste it here. So you need to get add button, then you need to paste it here. Okay, so make sure there is no space. Okay, so now click add. So now credential will be there. You like created this one, Ubuntu 2666. So if you use that one, you can see there is no error is showing. So make sure do that. So I already told you, when you do anything, do manual step, then make sure everything or any connectivity is working properly. So after click that, there is the option check connection. Please check that one, because sometimes we have put some space or something, then that will not working. So make sure check connection. If it shows successful, then that's perfect. So you can see success connection is successfully. So now everything is fine. So now click apply and save. So now Jenkins have access to run any command to Ansible. Okay, so save. So now we can create any pipeline. So create pipeline, then type 26 CCCC. Just make sure we just use the freestyle project. Okay. So scroll down and build the steps. Like when you run any application plugins, you have these things. You haven't installed that plugins, you don't have this option. So we will run execute shell script on remote host using SSH. You can see easily what is this. So we can run any command to remote host by using SSH. We need to select that one, and after selecting, you can see your added credential or added SSH which we just added now. So Ubuntu, it's username and the IP of the target server. Now we can put any command. So what command we use in the Ansible server? This command I need to run. But for better way, you need to use like total absolute path. Don't use like just a path. We need to use the absolute path, like where in my case it's pwd. So we can see this location is file is there. So let me grab that one. So our host file is here. So there will be make sure slash is working. Same way you need to that one, copy that one. So relative path basically not working, and we need absolute path. So Ansible I home Ubuntu 33.26a host. So under hosts, this is a host file. So our playbook file location same Ubuntu 3.33 p1 Okay, so we need to put what command to use. Now run apply and save. Before run the command, just make sure we uninstall. This is our target PC. Uninstall the Apache. So we see no Apache install. Now play now. So go to the log console output. You can see whatever we see in the like Ansible PC. We same thing we see in here. So it will take grab the facts. Now installing Apache, you can see it's success and it will be showing green. Obviously, you can see it's green. Now if you go to the target PC, you can see Ansible Apache is running. So if you want to go the Apache website URL, you can see server is also running. So these way basically we can run any application or any command by Jenkins to Ansible. Okay, so this is the most powerful combination in the DevOps section. So we need to know Ansible and Jenkins proper way. So like this thing for your you used to like absolute path instead of using the relative path, just change that one. So like it will build now and like target the server, install the Apache, and what command I use, I put it here. There is another way I can also do this. There is like a pipeline. We already know like fresh and pipeline way. So normally we are using pipeline. So I will also show you the pipeline. So let me first uninstall that one for this command. So if you run now Apache, you can see the page is not showing, clear the screen. So now same thing I will do by like pipeline. So we already know when I using any pipeline need to have a Git repository, and that Git repository have to be a Jenkins file. In this Jenkins file, all instruction will be there. So Jenkins will do that as per we write in the Jenkins file. So we need to be Jenkins file there, and for Ansible we need to a host file and playbook file. So these three things need to be like available in the Git repository. So if these three things available in the Git repository, we can just clone that file and run that way. I just do everything in this documentation also. So whatever we create the credential, we already create the credential, but in the credential section we need this ID. I will show you later. Let me explain first. And this the like a playbook we use in this demo. So this step we don't need, because in the when you use using pipeline, it will automatically clone this code. So that's why I didn't use this one. So don't use that one. We just run the command. Okay. So in the like playbook we already see before, but in this section when you are using by running any command by Ansible, we need to do some extra thing. So by default, when you are Jenkins, when try to log into any server, by default it will use Jenkins user. So we are not using Jenkins user. We are did things configuration by Ubuntu user. We can see Ubuntu user. So this line I just put some R&D for that purpose. I check that first. That's why I use it. You don't need that one. In just I want to show you. You need to like use this one for Ubuntu user forcefully. So I need to use these steps. So you need to like mention SSH agent, then that user we created already, that user ID you need to put here, then you need to curly braces and close curly braces. Inside the curly braces you need to run that command, then it will take that user credential access, and with this credential that will run that command. So if that Jenkins don't have that access, it will not able to run. And another problem is like when like we are doing SSH to any server, you can see it will first it will asking some prompt for doing yes. We need to add the authorized key. Do you add 1 to, so for we need to like manually do type yes or y. So for overcome this section we need to use this thing. Okay, so We already know DevOps is totally automatic section, so we don't need to put any manual intervention. So we need to use that one. Then it will not ask for that yes. Then we need to also mention one thing, like we need to use the Ubuntu user. All these two things I will put in the host file. So host file a little bit changed. So let me go to the Git repository. I have already created that one. You just clone that one and run that command, so you don't have any problem. So let me explain the repository. Okay, so you can see there is 3 files. So playbook p1.oml. So we already run this playbook, so same content. So in the host file we did some change. So you already know when we want to access any IP or server from local PC to remote PC, we don't use to private IP, we need to use public IP. That's why you need to put here public IP when you are using to access from local to public. Okay, so that's why we're changing the real IP of that target server. You can see this is our Ansible server, this is our target server. We use that IP instead of using that one. Okay, so because from local PC we don't access that one. So another thing I use, Ansible user, we need to make sure we need to use Ubuntu user. By default it will take Jenkins user. That's why we mentioned here you need to choose Ubuntu user. Then I will put that line that it will not ask for the yes when we are access any new IP. So you need to these 3 things you need to change when you are using pipeline. So now need to go to the main thing, our Jenkins file, where I instructed everything. So in my case, we create a key which ID is different. So let me edit that one, and I want to share that what IP put here. So let me go to documentation. So our Jenkins, this is not credential. Go to manage Jenkins. So credential system global. So we can see we create the credential, this one, last one. Okay, so here is a 4 columns. If you go up arrow, you can see ID, name, kind, description. We need this one ID. Make sure this section we know this name or something. So we need to copy this one 26cc. We need to put there. So this will take the all everything, username and private key, and then run that command to that server. So we need this one. So we need to go to the Git repository and change this one. Make sure no space is there. So now is fine. Relative path is fine. Ansible -i, it will take all files here. So we don't need to make sure give them real path. We just need to keep the command. Okay. So let me commit and save that one. Now we need to create a pipeline and need this Git repository address. So copy that one. So go. So now dashboard, new item, C26 CCC. Now we need to choose pipeline. Okay. Scroll down. We need to choose ACM, then choose our Git, then put your Git repo. Then we are using main. You already know that main, and our Jenkins file is it. Okay, apply, save. Before click the build, now make sure we haven't working in the target PC system. You can see Apache is not installed. So now build now. It is doing. Let me go to the console output. You can see same way it will run the command. Need to wait few seconds. So taking the gather facts, then installing the Apache command. So you can see it's success, and if you go to up, you can see it is green. Now if you go to the console, if you run, you can see Apache is installed and running. Now go to the browser If you refresh, you can see the page. Okay, so like both way we can run any Ansible command from Jenkins. So I prefer to show you both way, so which one you prefer, and like when you're doing project, you will basically decide which way you have to go. So both way you have to know. That's why I try to show you both way and try to show you most easiest way, like you can access Ansible from Jenkins. So what command I use and what host file I use, what plugins I use, everything I will put it here. So you just go to the documentation and you can get all the steps from there. So like scroll down, basically all the steps and how to create every pipeline, you can get everything from here. Okay, so that's all for today's class. So if you found this video is helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel. So in the next class I will discuss in different topics of Ansible. So up to that time, best of luck. Bye.